After Tony had fully recovered from his previous ordeal, he found himself driving home late one night. The road was deserted, and the cold air bit at his skin. Suddenly, he noticed a young woman standing by the side of the road, shivering in the frigid air. The area was remote, with no houses in sight, which made Tony wonder where she had come from. Despite his unease, he stopped the taxi and let the woman in. The woman, who introduced herself as Sonia, was visibly cold. She remained silent throughout the journey, her face pale and her eyes distant. Tony, feeling sorry for her, offered his warm coat, which contained his money, identification, and other belongings. Sonia accepted the coat with a faint, grateful nod but said nothing more. When they finally arrived at her destination, a small house at the end of a long, lonely road, Sonia got out of the car, still wrapped in Tony's coat. She walked towards the house without a word, disappearing into the shadows. Tony, tired from the night's work, drove home, only to realize halfway there that he had forgotten to retrieve his coat. The next day, Tony decided to return to the house to retrieve his belongings. He drove back to the remote area and knocked on the door. An elderly man answered, his face marked by years of life. Tony explained, "Last night, I gave a young woman a ride to this house. She was cold, so I lent her my coat. I came to retrieve it." The old man looked puzzled. "What young woman?" "My wife and I live here alone." Confused, Tony described Sonia in detail. The old man's expression changed, becoming serious and a bit somber. He invited Tony inside and led him to a room where he showed him a photograph. "Is this the woman?" the old man asked. Tony's heart skipped a beat as he recognized the face in the photograph. "Yes, that's her," he confirmed. The old man sighed heavily. "That's my daughter, Sonia. She died 20 years ago." Tony felt the blood drain from his face. He stammered, "How is that possible? I just gave her a ride last night." The old man, with sadness in his eyes, said, "I'm afraid you've encountered her spirit. But if you wish, I can take you to her grave." In a state of shock, Tony agreed. The old man led him to a nearby cemetery. There, on Sonia's grave, lay Tony's coat, neatly folded, with all his belongings still inside. The sight left Tony speechless. He took his coat, but the experience left him with a deep sense of unease, as if the boundary between the living and the dead had momentarily blurred on that cold, lonely night.